Oftentimes, it feels like there's an impossible gap between who we are and who we want to be. Imagine this. You're laying in bed, feeling miserable, thinking about how you've wasted your time for the past few days. Maybe you've slacked on the gym. Maybe you haven't practiced in a while. And suddenly, you get that burst of motivation and you think, yes, today it's going to be different. Tomorrow, I will get started on my goals. And yeah, for the first few days, your motivation sticks. You're being consistent, you're feeling good about yourself, you're like, damn, I'm getting shit done. In relation to the Berklee audition, this may be you're practicing your sight reading or you're practicing your ear training, those things that are pretty boring, at least to me, that I found pretty boring and I couldn't get myself to do the work for. But then you miss a day, and then another, and then another, and then another. And before you know it, you're back to your productive routine of doing absolutely nothing. You get stuck in a depressive state, beating yourself up with thoughts of, am I really not good enough? Why is it so hard for me to stay motivated? Am I just worthless? In these kinds of situations, what is the best course of action? Stop trying so hard. This may sound counterintuitive. But Jun, I have to put in all my energy into practicing if I want to get into Berklee, right? Yes, but also no. You see, it's very easy to practice the things that we enjoy because, we enjoy singing and practicing along to songs that we like. But when it comes to things that we don't particularly enjoy, like ear training or sight reading, we rely on motivation to get ourselves to do the work. And as we've established, that doesn't really work out most of the time. To actually make progress on the things that you don't necessarily enjoy in life but you know need to get done, it's all about forming good habits in your life and also building your discipline. Right now, your discipline skill is at level 1, 0 experience. You haven't been leveling this skill since you were born. What makes you think that you can perform at a high level right out of the gate? This is where creating an ideal practice routine comes in. Emphasis on the word ideal. You might be thinking to yourself, but I've tried practice routines before and they don't really work for me. I'm more of I'll just practice whatever I want to today kind of guy. Well, I used to be in your shoes as well, so don't think that I'm coming from a place of I am better than you because I can practice sight reading and ear training as much as I want and I enjoy it. Because no, I hate practicing sight reading, but I recognize that I need to do that and this is how I got there. So where you're gonna start from is you're gonna create your ideal practice routine. For me, that would be a warm-up, practicing my performance piece, doing some ear training, doing some sight reading, and doing some improvisation. All those 5 things, if I could get it all within a practice session, I would consider that a fucking productive practice session. Now, at first, it may seem really daunting once you've written it all out and you're like, fuck, I really need to do all this work every single day. And that's where the procrastinating monkey brain activates and you start thinking, what if we just watched one episode on Netflix? Or what if we just played one game of League of Legends with the boys? The monkey brain is tricky like that. When it comes to putting your focus on something, it's very easy to switch your brain over. That's where your discipline comes in. And you must be willing to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Now, this is where the word ideal in the ideal practice routine comes in. Instead of forcing yourself to do all of the things in the ideal practice routine, ask yourself, what can I realistically do within the practice routine? Usually what I do is that I pair something that I like doing with something I don't like doing. So I almost always practice my performance piece because why would I pick a performance piece that I don't like singing? And that would be one of the things I picked. And obviously I have to warm up because warming up is like facilitating the singing practice. So it's warm up, performance piece. Then I pick from the 3 that I don't like. So if I feel like ear training seems like a less heavy lift than the other 2 today, so I shall do 10 minutes of warm up, 10 minutes of performance piece practice, and 10 minutes of ear training. Done. That way, it isn't such a heavy lift to get something done today. Because the most important thing is this. Remember that you don't need to do everything. You just need to do something. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to do it better tomorrow. Understand that when you let go of impossible expectations of yourself and just take small realistic steps forward, it becomes possible to take that step. So take it one step at a time, be consistent, and you will improve beyond your expectations. Now, if you want to do the more Giga Chad version of this, you can actually create an ideal daily routine where you plan out your ideal day and try to get as many of those things done every day. Now, it applies the same principle of ideal practice routine to your ideal day. You don't have to do everything because obviously, when you're starting out trying to build new habits, it's not going to kick into gear immediately. But over time, with consistent effort of trying to reach that ideal day, eventually you'll be able to reach that. It's all about the effort, not about the result. But that's leaning more towards the self-improvement and kind of productivity side of things. So I'm not gonna talk about that so much in this video, which is specifically for how do you develop the mindset for practicing the Berklee audition. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's that consistency is key. Now, if you enjoyed the video, my name is Jun, and on this channel we do covers, artist analysis, and discuss strategies to help you become a better musician, just like this video. So if that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing. And that's the end of the Berklee series. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed my insights into the Berklee audition process, because honestly, I've put a lot of time into preparing this series, trying to distill all my information. That's all for now. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.